Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play MediEvil 2 for the Sony PlayStation 1. We beat the game last time! And I probably spent a little more time than I needed talking about what I liked about the game and what I didn't like about the game. Again, alright game, okay sequel. But there's a reason why the first game is remembered more than the second one. And of course there's those problems that I mentioned. The camera, the way the fountains work, the fact that it's hard to figure out where to go at first in the early stages of the game. And that weapons switching system would have been better if, you didn't have to hold one button then press another to switch between two weapons, and you weren't forced to two slots. But enough about that. I said more than enough about that. There are some places where hands, like the ones in front of me, could be used to go to different places. Or, rather, to secret things. Power-up caches, if you will. In the areas and levels leading up to Wolfram Hall. I never went back to earlier levels, I say as I adjust my microphone on my headset, to see what was in these places. And now I'm going to spend this video showing off where they all are. And thankfully, I managed to spend some time saving before the action in the last video began, so I could have full armor and a full set of armor. And we're going to go to the museum. I don't need to save my progress. I can just keep reusing the same save file just to show all these places off. All these little hidden nooks and crannies that I'm going to show off. It is interesting to be in the first level with everything you can get in the game, by the way. And right here at the very start, there is a hand. Let's go ahead and put our head on the hand. And the place we need to go to is right here. By going in here, we can climb onto some crates. And if I could do it right, I could get it all the way over there. You may have to use the daring dash to get to that last place you need to jump to. That's okay. But you can follow the path to 150 gold, some piping in the museum, and what do you know? Maybe it's a good thing I didn't find this place after all, because there's a healing fountain here that I would have consumed the one time and then never been able to use again, because again, the way that healing fountains work, where once you use them up, they never return, is poopy. So, yeah, probably for the best I never got to use that. And there's more things that we can get here. Now, believe it or not, there's another energy vial, which I probably could have used when I was trying to get some of that good, sweet, wonderful health energy. That was that sweet, wonderful life force when I tried to refill on health. And right here is an excellent example of why I wish the camera was fixed. Not to mention the dashing. That hole right there is where you need to go. To get out of here. And as much as I would like Really, game? As much as I would like to use the health fountain, I have no need to use it because this one area is the only place that requires a hand that I'm going to be going to. And there's a note that I can barely read. And there is a hole leaning straight back to where you came in from. We have found 400 gold, an energy vial, and a health fountain just from rummaging around there. That really could have helped with what I wanted to do. And it would have helped me do it in less time, too. Ah, well. Anyway, I will see you at the next area that has a hand. Be right back. And welcome to the next stop on our treasure room tour with the hands. We are in the tomb part of Kensington, the part of the Kensington level where we have to go back to the museum in order to get Kia to join our ranks. There was a hand here. I never went back to it to see what was in that weird little hole that we saw. And I noted long ago in this Let's Play. In here is a health fountain and 100 gold. There are also these two little spaces here on the sides. They probably look like there's something supposed to be there, but you can't really do anything with them. And you just go through here to get out. Though you can easily go in and out this way, I would imagine. Yeah, you can just still go in and out easily that way. Anyway, on to the next area. And we are now at the Freak Show. We have a hand here. We might as well take advantage of it. And there are two tents that we could use nearby. Where are they? Okay, we got the dark blue one and we got the orange one. I'm assuming those are dark blue and orange. The dark blue one takes you to a shortcut elsewhere. Matter of fact, it takes you to the hill beyond where the... Actually, it takes you beyond here. Beyond where the statues are. And if you come out of that hole, you'll have more of those little imp enemies trying to smash you. So you want to go into this one instead, because this is where we'll actually find something. We need to take a good jump on this. And then we can get some treasure and get out. That's all you can really do in there. There is another area back there, but that's only if you overshoot. And all you can really do from there is just get back on the wooden platform area where you found the treasure box full of gold, and then get run on out of that tent. Not much to this one. There is another area, and I think it's right here. Matter of fact, if you take a hand and you go through these little holes where the imps were, you go absolutely nowhere. You just loop from one side of the room to the other for virtually no reason. So, yeah, there's not really much of the freak show as far as Dan Hand areas are concerned. There are some Dan Hand holds for the freak show area, but from what I can understand, there are no Dan Hands in that area. There's no green hands running around and you can put Dan's head on. Almost said Dan's hand. That would have made any sense. There aren't any green hands you can put Dan's head on and go in there. So if there is anything to those openings where you can go through into the fun house, not the fun house, but the freak show house with the Dan Hand, there's not much to it. Also, the game continues to tell me that I need Elephant Key 2 until I walk away. But we won't have to deal with it when we check out the next area that requires a Dan Hand, which is somewhere in either the Greenwich Observatory or the Greenwich Naval Academy. One of the two Greenwich areas. See you there. Next up is the Greenwich Observatory, and I found a hand. Let's put a head on the hand, and I also need to look in the opposite direction. What I'd like to do. Why the other hand follows me, I'll never know. But we are in a ship with some tea crates in it. And if we can get to the other side here, we can not only get to a healing fountain, but we can also find some gold too. You may think that you can get on that tea crate there that is closer to the edge of the water and jump the other one. You're going to have a hard time if you do. I meant to run there. There is a bit of a trick to this, but it's kind of hard to do if I can't run. Okay. Perfect. And we leap over here, avoid that hole that takes us back to the beginning, and we can get to the gold and avoid the rats. We can get over to this healing fountain. And then get back over here. Once we get back over here, we need to make sure that we don't accidentally go back in from whence we came. And then we can just go back to our body. I believe there's at least one more. Give me a moment. And now we are at the Kew Gardens, which I did not like in my initial playthrough of this. Since I failed to mention it in my final thoughts for the game in the last video, I'll mention it now. If this game ever gets remade, I hope this part is a tad easier. Anyway, time to do the head on the hand thing and go over to this hole right here. When you go over to this hole right here, you get a nice little maze where you have to rescue 4 hands. And if you rescue all 4 hands and bring them back to the hand statue, right there in the middle, just get them right there in the trench, you will be handsomely rewarded with a bunch of gold. Which is something I do want. Just so I can say that I got it. And, well, that was easy. Of course, as you're doing this, you will be bombarded with pumpkins. It will not be the most fun thing in the universe, and that is where we came in from. That's where we got our first hand. And I think if we keep on going this way, we'll find another one. Brilliant. Don't want to go too fast. It is possible to accidentally lose the hand that you have with you. And there's where I want to go. The second one, or the third one rather, that was the second one that I just put in the little trench near the hand statue. The third one is going to be right behind this thing. There is that treasure chest. And there's the hand. Let's go ahead and run around the other side here. Loop all the way back. And we can get the third hand in here. Now there's just one more hand to go. I don't think that leads to it, because that leads to that area that we were just in. Let's see here. What does this lead to? I think we've been here. Oh, we haven't. Okay, good, good, good. So this long corridor here, just behind the hand statue, leads to the last one. And there we go. We have all 4 of the hands nabbed and put in the trench right there. Safe and sound away from all the other pumpkins in the war zone that is the pumpkin maze. There is one more of these kinds of places that are hand exclusive before Wolfram Hall. And believe it or not, it's going to be super short. Let me get over there real quick. And finally, we have to go back to Dankenstein for one more of these things. Here's the hand, and there's the hole. Inside, you can get, I believe, 100 gold, but good luck healing at that healing fountain because of the rats that are there. They're going to just gnaw away at your hand. And with that, we are going to go ahead and exit the level, and we are going to go back to the professor's lab where I can finally close this out. So, we've beaten the game, and I finally went back to all those past levels prior to Wolfram Hall where we could have used a hand had we had the ability to put our head on those hands. Always good to know that the secret areas in those areas aren't that far away from the hands. Some of them are useful for when you want to heal up later in the game, or when you need gold for later in the game. Sometimes they're not. I did like the hand maze one though. That was fun. But with that, that's pretty much all I can show off for MediEvil 2. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later.